Hello folks, GWT here, West Truther, Brighton.com, Minds.com, Wonderman, YouTube, and maybe West Truther YouTube. Are you aware that YouTube guidelines are now deleting videos and channels for shocking videos and for videos that cause people to anger? Well, there goes the truth and the freedom of speech. I sent them an appeal for a couple of videos that they have deleted of mine. They went back almost 4 years for one of those videos, and the other one over 2 years, I think. And they said it violated their guidelines. They gave me strikes, and so I got 2 strikes on my West Truther channel now. So I sent them an appeal and told them to get laid. But and what they could do with the West Truther channel. And I've noticed that Israeli News and Paul Bagley, in my opinion, are no better than TV news channels. They spread government propaganda, and I made a comment on Steve Danoon's channel, Israeli News, and YouTube blocked my comments for 3 or 4 days, and then I posted one video, or was fixing to post a video, and then they went back 4 years and blocked my whole channel. So I can't make any comments or can't post any videos except Wonder Man, and then I can't comment on those videos either. But slavery in America seems to be a content state of mind anymore, folks. And they went back and got a video of mine about Bush's grandfather being a Nazi who tried to overthrow the government of the United States, and this is the truth. This really happened. And they deleted a Nibiru video, which I shouldn't have never made, because now I know that Nibiru and Planet X is all a hoax. We live on a flat earth inside of an enclosed force field, electromagnetic force field. It's over us. It comes down by the surface edge of the earth and goes around underneath of the earth, and we might not be 30 or 50,000 miles across. We might be sitting on a table somewhere, and 1 million humans might be able to fit on what we used to get told was the head of a pin. Germs on the head of a pin. But I want to tell y'all something. In America, I'd like to tell you, in America, thanks to our Supreme Court, we're pushing 10 million documented babies that's been murdered since the Supreme Court said it's okay to kill humans like drowning kittens, but only worse. They tear the babies apart. And if you've never seen any babies being torn up in the womb, they try to get away from the instruments, and they try to hide from the instruments that's tearing their arms and their legs off and crushing their skulls as they try to avoid the murderous instruments. And I'm getting an awful lot of my videos are being rejected and deleted, and I'm beginning to be of the opinion that all websites that you can post videos on are doing something to appease the wishes of the Illuminati, because they sure seem to be ruling out the display of any passion, of any emotion, and you can't talk bad. You got to be politically correct on everything, and you're better off to be a little girly man than you are to be a stand-up anything. But anyway, I want to get into the lesson now. I don't want to drive y'all crazy with my crying, but I think this is part 4 of my NASA's Project Bluebeam videos. But I got a couple of things to say about the Illuminati, and after I get through with the NASA Bluebeam project, I'm going to go and start making some videos about some information on the Illuminati, and it's going to blow some of y'all I don't believe has heard this stuff. But anyway, in the 1850s, the Illuminati held a secret meeting in New York. There was a British speaker named Wright there, and they were to tell how they were going to unite groups, nihilist, atheist groups, along with other subversive and subversive groups into an international. And this is by the same people that born the word communist and communism, which is nothing. It's an Illuminati supreme weapon and scare word. That's what communism really is. The CFR in America, the Council on Foreign Relations, is actually the Illuminati. And it's just they have changed their names to American type names to try to conceal their identity and their roots. But when they terrorize people into a scare, then they are going to look to the New World Order scheme for security. And this is what their plan is. Karl Marx was financed by the Bank of the Rothschilds, and he's the one who wrote Das Kapital, the Communist Manifesto. And the money that was being raised to support the scheme of communism that's where he got his financial aid from while he was doing his writing. Communism is not a government ideology, but instead it's just a scare word, a weapon to scare people together to serve the Illuminati. Just before 1830, when Adam Weishaupt worked for the Rothschilds, he started the Illuminati. 1760s, the name existed called Illuminati, and they are the ones that created the scare word communism that has to this day been used to start many, many wars, of which America started over 180 wars themselves. And that's a country founded on Christian principles. And it's just a daggone scare word, folks. It's nothing to fear. You don't have anything to fear from a word. Sticks and stones is what breaks your bones, not words. Some of the groups in the Illuminati have infiltrated their private New World Order executive-schooled plants into all countries and all governments of the countries, and these highly intelligent and talented people are using their skills to influence whatever is needed to fuel wars. This war is one of the Illuminati's competitions amongst themselves, a kind of sport, if you will, of the goyim and slaves and pawns and prey, P-R-E-Y. There was a German philosopher named Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche, I'm sure some of y'all heard that name, who founded Nietzscheism, which became like fascism, which became like Nazism. And those types of things have been used to this day to instigate World Wars I and World Wars II. And now if you don't think about this, you might take a deeper look at the New World Order now, today. So you should be doing some thinking about it. Nazi goes back to the mid-1800s, the word Nazi. Albert Pike, a Southern general, he's also part of the Illuminati, just like George Washington hand wrote a letter to the Illuminati after they wrote him and said that they felt like he was rejecting the Illuminati, and he said, "Oh no, contraire, I'm inviting you into the American government." And they've been here ever since then. Thanks, George Washington. Really great guy. Today, the Jewish international bankers and corporate heads are not bothered anymore and never have been by any number of dead Jewish people, whether they were killed by war or genocide or whether they died of thirst and hunger. It doesn't make any difference. I'll get into a whole lot more about the Illuminati in some upcoming videos, but right now I'm going to get back on the Project Bluebeam, folks. I just had to mention those things. The NASA Project Bluebeam. The infamous NASA Project Bluebeam has 4 different steps to implement the New Age religion with their Antichrist in the captain's seat. This New Age religion is the very foundation that the New World Order needs to complete their takeover of all governments, and without just one religion, total dominance by the New World Order is nearly impossible anytime soon. The success of the New World Order must have everything in the modern populations thinking and acting as one religion. They will need one head Illuminati as the Lucifer. Now don't that just scare you? They will. It is all BS, folks. I better not say any bad words. This video will get rejected too. It is all BS, but hundreds of millions will believe the holograms and the Dolby Stereo sounds that's going to come from the laser light show that's going to be up in the sky above your heads. I guess the light show will get a few more people to look up, maybe for the first time, and tilt their heads back, and they'll have their eyes open. And people should keep one eye on the sky constantly anyway, just like in that movie Reign of Fire with Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey. They said keep one eye on the sky, but they were talking about dragons, but same principle. The first step of the 4 steps of the New World Order takeover for Project Bluebeam is to fabricate and rewrite archaeological knowledge. The second step is the upcoming holographic air show. And the third step is telepathic, electronic, two-way communication. And they have communication equipment that can cause the lame to walk, the blind to see, and the deaf to hear. They can heal you of diseases with communication equipment. The fourth step is universal supernatural manifestation. Why? When a power force of badly corrupt and corporate bankers with private militaries and sophisticated weaponry and technology terrify the public to make them fear for their safety, those people will give up and give in and allow draconian law enforcement practice like is what's going on in America right now. And they will allow disarmament and extensive surveillance with records and psychological surveillances to select those to be called out of society, and this, you will be told, is for your protection and your security. So they will scan, their artificial intelligence supercomputers will scan a crowd of people. They'll pick out whoever they want to, and they'll say they match the profile description of a terrorist, and then bingo, those people are not with us anymore. You need to understand, these artificial intelligence supercomputers, they are going to eliminate a whole lot of humans, folks. They're already doing it. The New World Order creates a civil problem, and as secretly as they can, then magically comes up with the fix, and the fix always needs you to comply with the loss of human and constitutional rights. Why is this? The New World Order promotes democratic political systems that will decay and will implode. It causes political and societal ideologies to change because this continues to keep happening. It's part of their agenda, part of their plan. When there is confusion, the New World Order and their judges have all your answers. Fear has always been a favorite weapon and tool of the elite and the Illuminati. And when you ask their judges, just think of the Supreme Court. Think of what they've done since the 1950s and the 60s. What they've done more harm to the United States of America than they could ever do good. Just as the New World Order destroys the willpower and the good intentions of the good people and murders or incarcerates the strong-willed and blocks knowledge to the open and fair-minded. Fear subjugates the people to separation and suspicion to further mind control over the masses, and thus channels out normal thought process. Logical and rational confusion by TV and frequencies, and that's what you have. Confusion by TV and frequencies. Mass mind control rebukes any deep critical thinking, and they can do that, folks. You need to understand that. I'll be back with another part of this. So your answers to any solutions that will keep the Goyim is there for the asking. Be back in a minute. Let me get this thing turned around.